After a spate of attacks by terrorist group Taliban, Pakistan Army said that it has started.
बन्नू में CBT कंपाउंड पर हमले के बाद यरगमाल बनाए गए अफराद की बाजियाबी के लिए सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेज ने मुहासरा.
To Pakistan now, where security forces say an operation to free hostages from Taliban.
After the United States pulled out of Afghanistan in August of last year, the Taliban took control of the country. At the same time, the number of terrorist attacks in Pakistan increased by 51%. There were 433 deaths and 719 injuries in 250 events throughout Pakistan between August 15, 2021 and August 14, 2022, as reported by the Pakistan Institute of Peace Studies, an Islamabad-based research tank. As the security situation unfolds under the fragile rule of the Taliban, Pakistan is likely to face yet another tribulation in terms of terrorism. The naive euphoria over a Taliban success is turning into a painful shock. The government of Taliban has not taken any single action to impede the activities of foreign terrorist organizations in Afghanistan. Foreign terrorist organizations with their headquarters in Afghanistan draw strength from the Taliban's success in the country and then use that strength to propagate their ideology across Central and South Asia and the rest of the globe. Major international terrorist organizations having a substantial local presence in Afghanistan include Al-Qaeda, the Islamic Movement of Uzbekistan, the East Turkestan Islamic Movement, the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, and the Islamic State of Khorasan. Until now, the Taliban have resisted taking any action against ISK due to the group's consistent challenge to their rule. The Taliban leadership in Afghanistan have been holding peace negotiations with TTP commanders headquartered in Pakistan and Afghanistan in recent months due to growing terrorism-related concerns. TTP organized violence has not decreased and the talks seem to have broken down owing to militant demands to restore the pre-conflict status quo in ex-Fatah. Some people are persuaded by the claims of the Taliban supporters that the group is effectively halting terrorist organizations' plans to attack other countries, while others are not. With the recent increase in TTP terrorist activities and the reappearance of its militants in some of its former strongholds in northwest Pakistan, there have been a massive public reaction, with hundreds taking to the streets on a regular basis to demand that the authorities restore security. The Pakistan Institute for Peace Studies and Independent Research and Advocacy think tank located in Islamabad have recently concluded that the TTP is an ideological and operational partner of Afghan Taliban. The risks of a Taliban government in Kabul may now be apparent to Pakistan. The Taliban government is probably avoiding taking measures against the TTP so that they might gather leverage in bilateral discussions with Pakistan. Afghanistan relies heavily on Pakistan as a hub for local and international trade because of the country's remote location. Islamabad, Pakistan's capital, has strengthened its economic connections with the Taliban leadership in last year in hopes that the Islamist authorities would address Pakistani issues in return for more cash benefits. The fact that Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri was revealed to have been hiding out in a safe house in the center of Kabul before he was killed in a drone operation in July casts doubt on Taliban's counterterrorism efforts and vows to sever links with the terrorist organizations. No country has recognized the Taliban government because of concerns about human rights violation and terrorism. The TTP now seems to have focused its lately attacks on Pakistani security personnel on the country's western border region. This new focus in line with the organization's 2018 manifesto, in which it promised to target the Pakistani military and intelligence instead than civilians. In January, the group also claimed the responsibility for an attack on a police roadblock in Islamabad. Since most of the victims of the recent attacks are the members of security forces, the government has closely limited the dissemination of information about these incidents. An important one is the Pakistani military's International Services Public Relations Department, whose short, evasive remarks are often repeated by the Pakistani media. During the Zarba's operation, access to information was obviously restricted, and this trend of controlling information has remained even with the current uptick in assaults. Since the operation started, there has been a noticeable improvement in the reporting of erstwhile tribal regions of Pakistan and of terrorist activities. There has been a turn in mood since the first celebration of Taliban's capture of Kabul. Those reveling in the time should realize that the only good Taliban are dead Taliban.